Moving to the ball, and let me say this about you, you look like you were really ready to move to the ball. That's a good ready position you had. Just work on those hands some. But in moving to the ball, a lot of times we have coaches give the wrong word. The word we really need to use is move to the ball or approach the ball. A lot of times the coach talks about charging the ball, and our players get the idea that you just got to go boom, really going after that thing, and you get out of control, and then you're really not ready to catch the ball. There's three readies in fielding. You get ready to move, you get ready to catch, and you get ready to throw. Now we've gotten ready to move, and now we've got to do the moving to get us in a position of ready to catch. We're down here and we've started moving our feet, and there's going to be a ball out in front of us. I'll get rid of this one right now, but there's a ball out in front of us, and we've got to go to that ball. And basically what we're going to do is approach that ball, maybe even run slightly to that ball if it's in front of us. But we've got to approach that ball with our feet kind of close together as we start toward it, and then as we get closer to it, we're going to spread out and then walk into the ball or glide into it on a downward path, a lot like an airplane lands. Think about it as an infielder. When you move toward a ball, you start off almost like you're running with feet close together, and then as you get close to it, you spread out and you glide down toward the ball. You spread your feet out and you glide down toward the ball, slowly, just walking into the ball. A lot of players that we have, instead of gliding down to the ball, drop straight down. To show you that again, they'll come to the ball here and then try to drop straight down. That's like a helicopter lands. Remember, you want to be an airplane as you approach the ball. We get ready to move and we get ready to catch. If you want to look at it another way, think of it as outs. You move out and go, you spread out and glide. So we're into two readies and we're into two outs. Move out, spread out, and then you'll be there ready to catch the ball. Now sometimes the ball's not hit straight to you, and I want to have Neely show you how to do what we call a crossover step for the ball that hits to the side of you. Now Neely, I want to show you about a crossover step. The ball hit to the side of you, you're not going to be moving forward. You're going to have to move to the side and try to kind of circle the ball, and if possible, head toward where you're going to throw it when you catch it. You remember, you want to get your body in front of the ball to catch it. So you've got to move to the side in a way that helps you get your body in front of the ball and not waste any steps doing it. A lot of people, when the ball is hit, say, to their left, will take a step with their left foot. But see, my right foot hasn't moved any, has it? I really haven't gone anywhere, and so I just wasted a step. Other people will sometimes do a little step like this and then step, and they wasted this step. It didn't take them anywhere. What you want to do is what we call a crossover step. Pivot or turn on the foot that's closest to the ball and then step over it like that. Let me see if you can do that, okay? Get kind of ready. All right, and the ball's hit to the other side, to your left side. Turn and cross over. Very good. All right, let's try it a little bit quicker this time. You want to stay low as you do it. Turn on that foot and go. Good. Real good. Okay, whether you take a crossover step and move to the side or whether you're going to move forward toward the ball, once you get there, you've basically got to do the same thing. You want to spread out and glide into the ball like an airplane, not drop straight down to it like a helicopter. Spread out and glide to the ball. So we've got two outs so far, remember. Move out and go to the ball, spread out and glide to the ball. Now, what have coaches taught you to do before when you get to the ball?
What do you mean?
Okay, like, what have they taught you to do with your hands? Like when you get right down in here and reach out and catch the ball, what have they said to do with your hands? Maybe pull them into you or move them up or something like that?
Yeah, you mean cushion it?
Yeah, like cushion the ball or funnel it into here. All right, that's what a lot of coaches teach people to do. That's what a lot of coaches try to show you to do, is to reach your hands out and then as you get to the ball, cushion to pull them into you. Now, that causes you to do a couple of things that really can create some problems. And coaches, let me be honest with you, I've taught the same thing for most of my life. Even when I coached in college baseball, even when I was working for the Kansas City Royals system, and they were teaching something entirely different. And they were right and I was wrong. And in the last few years, I've become convinced they were right, just like Ozzie Smith's right in the way that he shows how to catch the ground ball, by pushing into it rather than pulling back from it. If you pull back from the ball, then you're going to have some problems, because as you cushion that ball, you pull your hands into you, and it makes you go up and back. And we want infielders, as they catch ground balls, to normally go down into the ball and in most cases go forward toward where they're going to be throwing it to. Now sometimes you stop as you catch the ball, but most of the time you're going to want to be going down and forward through the ball. And the only way to do that is to be pushing your hands out forward. When you push your hands out, then you're going to be able to go down and forward. So remember that you want to push your hands out, down through the ball, rather than to be pulling them back up this way. I want you to try a little drill with me if you would. Just spread your feet and get down like you're going to be catching, reach out and just step and push your hands into the ball like this. Just push them. It's not a jerk, is it? So you're just pushing your hands into the ball. That's very good. Very good. And Neely, in just a minute, I'm going to show you a way to practice the whole act of fielding ground balls while you get to sit down, and I think that'll be a lot of fun for you. But so far, all we've talked about is the ball that's hit right to you. Sometimes the ball's hit to your left side, and you got to reach out to catch that ball, and a lot of times it's hit over to your right side, and you don't quite get to it. And then you have to use what we call a backhand to catch the ball. Like if the ball is coming and I can't get to it and it's outside of this leg, instead of trying to turn my glove inside out, what I want to do is turn that glove over and backhand it like we talked about on a windshield wiper earlier. Sometimes your right foot might be forward, sometimes your left foot might be forward. But the key is to get that glove turned so the ball will go into it. That's what we call a backhand. So if the ball goes outside of your right leg and you can't quite get to it, remember that you need to backhand it by turning that glove over. Now, the ball to the right, the ball to the left, the ball to you, sometimes you're not going to catch them all, are you? You ever miss one?
A lot.
A lot? Well, sometimes when you miss them, they just kind of bounce down right in front of you, don't they? And they're just kind of laying there on the ground. Now, how might you pick that ball up? With your glove. All right, show me what happens when you pick it up with your glove. Now, you got it, but what have you got to do with it before you throw it?
Take it out.
You got to take it out. And while you're taking the ball out of your glove, the batter and all the base runners are running. So instead of picking it up with your glove, maybe what should you pick it up with? Your bare hand. Now, to do that, there's a way that makes it easier. You want to spread your feet if you can, bend your knees, and push down on the ball, and then you get a good grip on it, okay? How about trying that for me? Spread your feet, bend your knees, and push down. All right, good. That's called a bare hand, and then as soon as you pick it up, you're ready to throw it, okay? Good job. You worked good at that.